Well, Ethan, back tonight with another beer review, and tonight I've got a beer called Vanilla Scoop. This is out of Southern Tier Brewing Company. It's an Imperial Ale. Haven't had a lot of Imperial ales. 8.6% ABV, which is really high for an ale. Made with Perry's ice cream. I got that on the label. So they're definitely touting that this is going to be a sweet beer brewed with ice cream. Southern Tier Brewing Company is out of Lakewood, New York State. So, not sure where that is, but out of New York State, Southern Tier Brewing Company. Not exactly sure why they're called Southern Tier when they're in New York State, but since that's a northeastern state, but whatever. An 8.6% ABV ale. So, right up front, smelling the bottle, I'm getting a vanilla ice cream kind of aroma. Let's go ahead and pour this one. I'm excited. I have a feeling this one's going to be really sweet. Try to get an aggressive pour. On the nose, I'm getting, again, that ice cream, that vanilla sweetness, maltiness. This gets a 90 on Beer Advocate, a very good score, outstanding, I believe. 90 is pretty generous for Beer Advocate. They don't throw out a lot of good scores, but man, that head died down really quickly. The appearance of the beer is dark orange, darker than a lot of IPAs, darker than a lot of lagers, darker than like a Coors Banquet, Miller High Life, Budweiser. Very minimal head that did not last long. Let's get an aroma. Sweetness, as I mentioned earlier, maltiness, vanilla ice cream, aroma. So the body of the beer is light to medium, really more on the light side, but it's a real overpowering sweetness. Very much a dessert beer. I mean, you get the body heaviness of like a Budweiser, but the sweetness and the vanilla scoop ice cream flavor that they're showing on the label is really coming through. Really sweet, really malty. I taste a little booziness. That 8.6 is coming through just a little bit, but not overwhelming. I like it, but this is not something that I would get often. I generally don't drink beer like this when it's the weekend or when I'm after work, like the have a beer kind of time. I would generally lean towards a macro lager, like a Coors, a Miller High Life, a Natural Ice even. I had a 6-pack of Natural Ice last week. That was really good. This is just a little too sweet for me, a little too desserty. I generally don't like beers that taste like meals or desserts. But again, if you like that, this would be one for you. Really sweet. It's almost like a thin-bodied stout in a way. The body's light, but the sweetness really comes through. Yeah, not my favorite. Doesn't really taste like beer to me. Just tastes like a sugar drink. But on the same token, I got to give them props for trying something different. For this not being same old, same old. So yeah, With that said, I'll give it an 85 out of 100, a B. Not my favorite, but if you like sweet beers, this would be one that you would like. Vanilla Scoop Imperial Ale, 8.6%, out of Southern Tier Brewing Company in Lakewood, New York. So yeah, 8.6%. That's really high for just a regular old ale. You know, that's like higher than a Belgian ale or a Tripel or. Yeah, it has that vanilla ice cream flavor, so it's very true to what they say the flavor notes are on the can. So I got to give it props for that. It tastes as advertised, but just not my cup of tea, I would say. Yeah, and with that, I'll say, yeah, cheers. Thank you for watching this beer review of the Vanilla Scoop Imperial Ale, 85 out of 100. Cheers, and thank you for watching.